Happy Friday to all of you, my awesome viewers, subscribers, fans. Hope you've had a good week so far, getting ready for a great weekend. And today we're going to do another episode of the GB Cast. Oh, this one button. Damn it. No. There. I'm off to a great start today. Just like of every day. Let's see. Paradise Gamer, Ramking, UG Outlaw, Fat Chinese Gaming, Brian, hello. How are you all doing today? Thank you all for being here. So, anyways, how's everyone's Friday? Sorry I come across as kind of a hot mess at the moment, but literally, I was trying to get things to work in the OBS, and I'm having difficulty once again. It's kind of annoying. Luke, hello Luke, how you doing today? Okay, so today on the GB Cast, we're going to talk about GTA 5 Milked Edition, so we have a little bit of information about that. And we're also going to talk about my thoughts regarding the first two episodes of Superman and Lois. I finally got around to watching those, along with, apparently, when it comes to Diablo 2 Resurrected, which I'm obviously excited for, if you actually have save files from the original Diablo 2 from like 20 years ago, apparently they still work. So we'll talk more about that. And we'll get into some Disney CEO news and Lucasfilm news. Apparently, CEO Bob Chapek has been praising Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy and whatever other topics you all want to bring up today. My hair is just... I need to get my hair cut. Might be time for me to go for the spring look. Get it trimmed down a little. I'll probably do that next week. See, just woke up, Paradise. So far, so good. My day has been okay up to this point. I went to the gym, had a really good workout, and I was doing leg press, and the older lady beside me, she looked over at me, and she's like, wow, that's a lot of weight. And I'm like, it's only a few pounds. In other words, I have really strong legs. My lower body's really strong. My upper body's gotten better over the years. But anyways, you know, literal flex right there, right? When you have somebody else in the gym, like, that's a lot of weight. It is. UG Outlaw, day's going good. You got a new phone? And, oh, Gina got your new phone. Are you back to 100% UG Outlaw? You back to feeling good? Back to being quarantine free? Anyways, let's see. RK, what's up, RK? How's it going? Good to see you, RK. 8-Bit Dinosaur, aka Red, is here, and Red, Riley, and I, and Ramking had some fun last night. We got some of those limited edition Panic jerseys. It was really sweet. Gooey, calm down, Gooey. Just calm down. Let's see, Fat Chinese Gaming, now getting some attention. Well, man, I already have a girlfriend. It was just an older lady giving me a compliment, okay? Jeez. Just give me a nice compliment. Like, I'm not one to turn down a compliment, okay? Doesn't mean anything. It's just a compliment, dude. But I do appreciate you all being here. And we got quite a few topics to go over. Plus, if there's anything you want to talk about today during the GB Cast, any hot topic, comics, video games, TV shows, movie news, etc., sci-fi, feel free and let me know in the live chat. All right, so before we get going, as always, I got to thank all of you, my awesome viewers, subscribers, fans, along with our mods who always do a great job modding, and our members, including Azralynn, my very good friend Azralynn, Carrick over at ACG, Mike Lambert, the elite members, which include UG Outlaw, who's in the chat, BELFAST Gamer, Will, MeltNet, along with honorable mentions to our junior members. Some of them are in the chat as well. ToykoTent, Conor, deforest, Dark MatterWolf, Huttch Plays, Tommy Angelo Jr., Fat Chinese Gaming, Brett, and Ramking. Junior members, and elite members going above and beyond the GeauxBurns Nation. Let's see, Tank's here. Hello, Tank. How's it going? So I was trying to get okay, now it's working. See, this is the one that was pissing me off before the stream started. I couldn't get the chat to work, and now magically it's working. It's a miracle. It's a freaking miracle. See, I always have this trouble, like before I start the show, is I try to get the screen ready to go for the articles, right, that we read over. Then I have a secondary screen for you, for the chat. And every time I have a devil of a time getting OBS to cooperate instead of pulling up this screen in the front, in the main monitor that I'm looking at, the live chat. So it's always a struggle. So thank you, OBS, for fixing the problem. All right, so what are we going to start off today with? Let's start with some gaming news, because that's kind of like my channel is. It's kind of a gaming channel, kind of, sort of. Is it still? Ben, hello, Ben. How you doing? You're just in time, Ben. All right, so we're going to talk about GTA 5 Milked Edition. It's been a while. Yeah, holy shit, OBS actually works, UG Outlaw. Paradise Gamer says it's always like that when no one else is watching. It doesn't work when people are... Yeah, exactly. It just does it on its own. It's so annoying. At least it's working now, so that's good. Because I do like whenever we have our little in-between articles when we're just having our back and forth. I do like having the chat up, see what you guys think. Plus, you get to interact in the stream as well. So, it's been a while since we had any information about the Milked Edition of GTA 5 coming to PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series S and X later on this year, allegedly. Well, now we have some more information thanks to VGC. So if you want to read along, it is videogameschronicle.com. So, yeah, we're going to check this out, see what the Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick has to say. Rockstar owner, he's not the owner. I mean, isn't it technically like a investment thing? I don't know. But King Flush is here. What's up? How you doing, King Flush? Tank says you think Rockstar would release more news. Exactly. I mean, it's been many, many months since we've got any information, and finally we got something. Rockstar owner discusses remaster strategy, says it's not interested in simple ports. Rockstar and the head of Take-Two says Rockstar can't deliver a great experience by just doing a simple port. But it's not about the experience, it's about the money. CEO of Rockstar owner Take-Two has discussed the company's approach to remastering older titles and its efforts to differentiate itself from the competition in this area. Rockstar is currently gearing up to bring a remastered version. Well, it's a remastered, okay? Let's get this settled right now. The version of GTA 5 that a lot of us play on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One is a remaster of the original version of the 360 and the PlayStation 3. So this is a remaster of GTA 5 coming to PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S, still slated for the second half of the calendar year 2021. Even though no trailers, no new information so far, maybe soon. Maybe this is gearing up for a big promotional viral marketing campaign from Rockstar. I guess we'll find out. MVP, what's up, MVP? How's it going? I will get to the chat in just a moment. First, the article. Speaking during the Morgan Stanley Technology, Media, and Telecom Conference Wednesday, transcribed by the VGC, Take-Two boss Strauss Zelnick was asked how he feels about remasters potentially becoming a bigger part of the company's strategy going forward. Quote, "I'm not sure they're a bigger part of the strategy," he responded. All right, let's see. Remastering has always been part of the strategy. Yeah, I have a feeling there's something else that's part of the strategy. Money, money, money. Maddie, what's up, Maddie? Continuing, remastering has always been part of the strategy. We've done differently than the competition. We don't just port titles over. We actually take the time to do the very best job we can, making the title different for the new release, for the new technology that we're launching it on. Yeah, I'm just curious about how exactly this is going to be different than what we currently have. We improve technology, we upgrade the visuals, we make performance enhancements. That's why I think our remastered titles typically do so well. GTA 5's upcoming next-gen console version, Zelnick said he was confident the remaster would deliver a strong experience for players. We've done great with the Mafia series. Well, no, you didn't. The remasters of Mafia 2 and Mafia 3 really wasn't a remaster, but Mafia 2 Definitive Edition was not a very good remaster, Strauss Zelnick. It had issues. Mafia, the City of Lost Heaven, or Mafia Definitive Edition, as it's more, that's the correct name for Mafia Definitive Edition. That's not a remaster, it's a remake. So that's a remake, not a remaster, Zelnick. I know this. You think that the head of a gaming publisher would know these things. Guess he's too busy playing golf and having fun with the secretary. Allegedly. All right, so where do we leave off? See, GTA 5's upcoming next-gen console version, Zelnick said he was confident the remaster would deliver a strong experience for players. All right, so that's where we left off. We've done great with the Mafia series, for example, and GTA 5 is now heading into its third generation, which is incredible. It was the standard bearer when it launched. It continued to be the standard bearer in the second generation. We'll see how GTA does in the next generation. Obviously, I'm confident that Rockstar is going to deliver not just a great experience, but you can't do that if you're just doing a simple port. During Take-Two's third quarter earnings call in February, Zelnick offered non-committal response when asked about the potential for remastering older GTA games. In a Q&A session, the analyst suggested that it was likely a significant portion of GTA 5 players might have never played the earlier game in the series. Given the huge appetite for the GTA content, he asked to see Take-Two's perspective for further remasters. It's great, encouraging question, Zelnick responded. I'm kind of inclined to leave it more to a statement than a question, and any update to our release schedule will come from Rockstar Games. In other words, he don't know shit. That's talking about just pushing it like off to the side, that question. Amit, what's up, Amit? I'll get to y'all's chats in a minute. Zelnick says Zelnick rolled out this line again on Wednesday when asked during the Morgan Stanley conference if he could provide an update on when GTA 6 was going to be released. See, this is what people want. They want the next GTA game. We're tired of remasters. Just give us a new game already. See, Rockstar hasn't announced any new titles to the market, and when there's an announcement to be made, it will come from Rockstar, so I'll probably leave you there. I don't think you would have expected anything different from me. No, not really, Strauss Zelnick. Not really. Except for that infamous quote where he wants to, get as many pennies and nickels and dimes out of us as possible. I forgot to include that quote in my Reddit Online Gold Future video. I should have done that in hindsight. GTA 5 has shipped over 140 million units, with the game selling more copies in 2020 than any other except for 2013 when it first released for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, according to Take-Two. Okay, so that's the information about the remaster of GTA 5, what we know so far. Not really much, but anyways, let's go back to chat, see what you guys have to say about this. All right, where do we leave off in chat? Maddie, looks like GTA 6 is not coming out for a long while. Well, yeah, of course, Maddie, because they're too busy focusing on remastering GTA 5 Milked Edition for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series S and X, apparently. Paradise Gamer says it's a remaster that's going to get remastered for the PlayStation 6 in a few years. Fat says, I'm still confused about, will there be a remaster version of GTA 5 for PC? Well, a lot of people speculate that this is basically just going to be like the PC version of GTA 5. Tank Engine Jr., a remaster. Yep. King Flush, GTA 6 will release with the PS5 Pro. Probably King Flush. Ben says, remasters making money of past glories with barely any effort. Pretty much. Paradise Gamer, let's be real, the main reason people got GTA 5 on PS4 and Xbox One was because the first-person feature. Yeah, and here's fairness to that. This was in the early days of GTA 5 and GTA Online, the very early days. The game launched in 2013, and only a year had gone by for GTA 5 and GTA Online, right? Isn't that right? It was like 2014? No. Or was it 2015? I don't remember. I know Heist came out in 2015. But did the PS4, Xbox One versions of GTA 5 and GTA Online come out in the fall of 2014, or was it the fall of 2015? Forgive me, it's been like 5 years. Time flies. A lot has happened since then. Fat says, Take-Two is owner of Rockstar, full control. Well, Rockstar does have a little bit more, I guess, authority and, I guess, autonomy, Fat, than the other studios like 2K and Hangar 13. Rockstar kind of is allowed to do their own thing as long as they continue making money. Right, so where do we go? We got Luke to see if they want to do a remaster. Why don't they remaster GTA 4? Exactly, Luke, exactly. They even asked that in the interview. Like, well, why don't you go back and remaster other GTA games? Now, the one that makes the most sense to remaster is obviously GTA 4. The others are 3D era. I mean, I like the 3D era, but they would have to do a lot of work to GTA 3 and Vice City as well as San Andreas in order to get them up to this level graphically, along with other fixes and issues. The one that makes the most sense to remaster would be GTA 4, especially since it's already passed its 10-year mark a few years back. See, Yuji says you thought it was 2015. That's the RK and Paradise say it was 2014. So, okay. So, I think this is the timeline. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let's see. Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, GTA 5, GTA Online, fall 2013. A year later, 2014, that's when the next-gen versions come out. And then the spring of 2015 is when Heist come out. I think that's right. I think that makes sense. So the remastered edition, the milked edition of GTA 5 won't be a simple port. It's going to have to be a lot more to entice players and fans. Some people speculate that it's going to have, graphically, it's going to be very, very similar to like Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online. Like they're going to put it on the current Rage engine. I think we talked about this a few weeks ago in a video. But I would love for them to do way more. What I would like, since it's expanded edition, maybe they throw in a remastered GTA 4 with this, right? Wouldn't that be cool? So we could go back and forth between a remaster of GTA 4, which would automatically include Lost and Damned, Baldur's Tony. That'd be sweet. Plus, for the online version, players could now go to a separate map location. No, not Cayo Perico. I'm talking about Liberty City. A remaster version of Liberty City would be sweet. Mario. Hello, Mario. Hi, everyone. If they're going to use the Red Dead Redemption engine, it's going to have more of a remake than a remaster. Well, maybe a little bit of both, Mario. If. I mean, once again, this is a big, fat, juicy if. That's what the Planderlin is for the milked edition of GTA 5. Ben says, so he says they don't do simple ports, but I really can't recall anything special about the past ports. Well, the PS4 version, the PS4 Xbox One version of GTA 5 had a better draw distance, and graphically it did look better than the last gen version of the game. And like some of you mentioned already, we had the ability to switch to first person, which most people don't really care about when it comes to GTA. A few exceptions. I mean, there's some circumstances when you're trying to be stealthy where being in first person pays off for you, but most of us still play GTA predominantly in third person. Dark Matter Wolf, what's up, Dark Matter Wolf? How's it going? Tank says I want a 60 FPS of the expanded and enhanced. I mean, GTA 4 is 60 FPS on the Xbox Series X. It is? I haven't seen what GTA 4 looks like on the Xbox Series X yet. Well, one day I will have a Xbox Series X and a PS5. I'm hoping by 2023. So, yeah, this just frustrates me. And I know it frustrates a lot of you. We just want another game. As much as I enjoyed playing, I played through the main story of GTA 5 literally 5 times. Twice on 360, once on PS4, once on Xbox One, once on PC. And as much as I actually enjoyed story mode. I enjoyed it. I know some people didn't, but I did. As much as I enjoyed story mode, I don't really feel like playing through it again. I don't really see what they could add to the table for the milked edition of GTA 5. What are they going to finally include the long lost, long cut story DLCs they were going to do? Remember, they promised that. They said that there was going to be story DLCs for Franklin and Trevor and Michael. They said that, and then they scrapped it, and I believe they repurposed whatever they built for those DLCs towards GTA Online. Yuji Outlaw says, people say we want GTA 6, Rockstar responds, so people want GTA 5 remastered. Okay, yeah, we'll get right on that. Fat, I do heists in first person except during driving or swimming. That's, okay, Fat. Well, obviously some people prefer first person, but the majority of players like third person. But I like the fact they have that option. And they have improved it. Like Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online first person is way better, way smoother. So maybe that's something they'll improve upon when it comes to the next current gen version of GTA 5 and GTA Online. Ramking says, what made you re-release GTA 5 on PS5? Rockstar. Money! Pretty much, Ramking. Luke, unless the remaster is either free or cheap, I'll probably just stick with the PS4 version. Because, yeah, you can make the PS4 version and the Xbox One version of GTA 5 are forwards compatible. So they have to offer something more. I feel like, here's the thing. There has to be some sort of like HD upgrade, right? For players that already have the PS4 Xbox One version that now have a PS5 and or Xbox Series X or X. Like, they're literally going to make somebody buy the game again. I know they've done that in the past, but I don't know how that's going to work. I feel like that, at least for like a nominal fee, right? For like a small fee compared to the full $60, $70 price tag that GTA 5 Milked Edition probably will be. It's somewhere in that ballpark most likely. A lot of games are coming out for next gen will be like $70 US now. So you think that for the average player, in order to enjoy what the GTA Milked Edition has to offer for PS5, Xbox Series S and X, it would be a nominal fee if you already forward compatibled it from PS4 to PS5, Xbox One to Xbox Series S or X. Ben says, I think 60 FPS is a given. Possibly. And that's what I think. I think that what we're going to get is equivalent to the PC version of GTA 5, graphically. I think it's going to be up there in that same ballpark. Maybe a little better because the PC port of GTA 5 is a few years old now. But don't expect anything like, in my opinion, if I'm wrong, I hope I'm wrong about this. I don't expect anything revolutionary when it comes to the difference between current gen or PC version of GTA 5, GTA Online, to this Milked Edition. I really don't. Plus, PlayStation 5 players are going to be able to get, I guess, the enhanced standalone version of GTA Online for free for a short period of time. I think it's going to be similar to how they did Red Dead Online standalone for like, what was it, $5 if you didn't want to get the full game, even though you technically download the full game of Red Dead Redemption 2, but for $5 you can just play Red Dead Online. Well, now the price has gone back up, right, since the 15th of February, so yeah. But there definitely are people that just prefer online versions of games, like the online version of GTA 5, the online version of Red Dead Redemption 2. That's fine. We all have different tastes. Fat says that's why we need good internet speed in GTA 5 in our future retirement house. Yeah, exactly. Make sure, I mean, we'll all have really good internet speed in the future when we're all sitting in the retirement homes in a hospice somewhere. UG Outlaw says maybe that's why content for Red Dead Online is well dull. Because, yeah, I mean, it's possible, UG Outlaw, that a huge portion of the Rockstar team, even though they're one of the largest development studios around the world, they got studios everywhere. They got the biggest studio is Rockstar North in Scotland. The second biggest is in San Diego, California. And then they have a whole bunch of smaller ones too. I think they have at least one in Leeds in the UK, in England. They have one in, at least one in Canada. They have one, I think, in Australia. They have, and one or two other spots throughout the world. Rockstar Studios is one of the largest. So they have quite a few developers on staff. So you'd think that they would have different teams working on different things, like a team for GTA Online content, a team for Red Dead Online content, a team for the Milked Edition of GTA 5, and a team working on GTA 6, and maybe a team working on the remake of Red Dead Redemption 1. I can dream, right? I can dream. All right, let's see. Where did we leave off at? Okay, Paradise says, imagine if they actually called it GTA 5 Milked Edition. At least then they would be honest. I could appreciate that. Plus, it would be like an inside typical GTA satirical joke, right? Making fun of itself, a little fourth wall action. Tank, let's see. I'm kind of hoping for ray tracing, but that might be pushing it. We'll see. We shall see. And I am surprised that we have yet to even get a actual legitimate trailer for the Milked Edition of GTA 5. Bear in mind that the trailer that came out a year ago was not for the Milked Edition. In fact, a lot of people went back and it was actually like from 360 PlayStation 3 era GTA 5 graphically. They didn't even use the PC version for that trailer. Like, what the hell's that all about? All right, where do we leave off? Tank, I see him. Oh, yeah, I read that. I see Chatney says, I wish they added a shoulder swap and crouching. Yeah, it would be cool, Chatney, if they actually did that. If they actually added way more features and abilities to the Milked Edition. Ben says they will add 60 FPS and call it a day. Maybe ray tracing. Yeah, and maybe they'll do some quality of life fixes that people have been complaining about in GTA Online. Like, I don't know, the orbital cannon bullshit spawning nonsense where people can just like orb spam you to death in the entire lobby. Maybe they'll fix that. Maybe they'll fix some other issues when it comes to GTA Online, and they're just saving those fixes for the Milked Edition, the expanded edition of GTA Online, further encouraging players to move over to PS5, Xbox Series S and X. Mr. McMillan, what's up, Mr. McMillan? You bought the Xbox Series S yesterday. Do you like it so far? I'm still holding out for a Series X, though, but I hope you're enjoying the Series S. Fat, let's see, are we going to have Red Dead Online Milked Edition? I don't know. I mean, here's the difference, Fat. GTA is a much larger franchise than Red Dead. As much as I love Red Dead, obviously I do, and I love GTA too, I'm a realist. I know that Red Dead will never be as big as GTA. That's just a fact. So no matter how good Red Dead Online gets, and I hope it gets better, I really do, because I still love that game, even though I have somewhat of a love-hate thing going on. It's just boring right now. I mean, there's just nothing new. There's nothing new going on. And that's why I'm trying to find other stuff to do on the channel, whether it's GB Cast or some other games entirely, until, you know, hopefully eventually we get some new content. And we need new content. And an Outlaw Pass 5 is not going to cut it for GTA Online. Plus, it, you know, from the data miners, we already discovered that it's very disappointing. And apparently, there's going to be an expansion to the trader role. Yay. So even if we do get a really awesome update to Red Dead Online coming up in, say, the summer, at the end of the day, it's never going to get to the same level of popularity as GTA Online. So that's just a sad reality. So I don't think that Rockstar will ever go to the effort of giving a milked edition of Red Dead Redemption 2 or Red Dead Online. Because even though Red Dead Redemption 2 did well, it didn't even make it anywhere close to the numbers of GTA 5 sell-wise. That's just a fact. Even though it's a great game. And it's a lot of people consider it to be one of the best games. And overall, I will say the story mode I enjoyed of Red Dead Redemption 2 better than GTA 5. Even though I enjoyed GTA 5 story, as I just mentioned a moment ago, I like Red Dead Redemption 2 story better. But still, it's about the money, right? Money talks. Jake, what's up, Jake? It's all about that green. Exactly. It's all about the money. Money, money, money. Mario says maybe in the near future they will do... Yeah, that's what a lot of us have been hoping for a while, Mario, is that they would do like a remake of Red Dead Redemption. That would be cool. That a lot of us would definitely consider getting. And maybe they'll do an enhanced expanded edition of Red Dead Redemption 2, and then they'll slap in Red Dead Redemption 1 with that purchase as well. And give us a Mexico expansion for Red Dead Online for PS5, Xbox Series, most likely. Man, let's see, they just took the old clips from the old trailers. Exactly. Even back from 2011. They could have used video from the PC version, which would have made more sense. And yet, here we are, March 2021. And this is the first bit of information we just went over a moment ago, once again from VideoGamesChronicle.com, regarding the milked edition of GTA 5. Not a peep from Rockstar. Of course, that's nothing new. Pixel Piggy, what's up, Pixel Piggy? How's it going? Hope you're doing well this Friday, along with everybody else. Ramking says, come on, some a-hole blew you up. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Ramking. That happens. It's one of the joys of playing in a public lobby. See, Paradise says, who knows, Rockstar could pull a Battlefront 2 and suddenly do a bunch of amazing stuff to Red Dead Online. I'm hoping so. Look, Paradise, I'm still hoping so. Even though today normally I would do the PC stream, the problem is PC is dangerous to play on when it comes to a peer-to-peer system for either GTA Online or Red Dead Online, and I've already done everything I wanted to do on PC at the moment. The Outlaw Pass is finally maxed out as of last week, and I'm just trying to keep my interest in Red Dead Online going without getting burnt out. So that's why I'm trying to do other things on the channel. You know, trial and error. Whether it works out or not remains to be seen. It's just things I'm trying to do. So it's still my hope that we will get a future update. I'm hoping after Outlaw Pass 5 by late May, early June, somewhere in that ballpark. That'll be good. That'll be worth the wait, and maybe it'll have some nice quality of life fixes and additions, improvements, and some really awesome content that will revive and resurrect Red Dead Online. We can only hope. See, Dark MatterWolf says it doesn't help the next-gen consoles didn't have anything for launch. Yeah, and it also doesn't help that the freaking scalpers, nabbed up all the PS5s and Xbox Series X's, making it difficult for the average consumer, like you and me, to purchase a PS5 or an Xbox Series X. Fat says, I was selling my trader with my friends. Someone was able to follow me 3 times. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, you got to go and, block them and then report them for stalking. So I do that all the time. Well, just report them. Report them, block them. That's all you can really do. It's just, I don't know why players get so nasty in online games. I really don't know what's wrong with some players. It's one thing to want to PvP some players. I get that. It's an online game. Especially a game like GTA Online, where technically everybody's a criminal to varying degrees. Just like Red Dead Online, you can be a white hat or a black hat. It's your choice. It's your freedom. But some people go a little too far with the griefing. And it's happened to me before. It's happened to some of you before. And if they can, some of these assholes will just follow you from lobby to lobby. The way I see it is, once you beat somebody and they run off to a different lobby, move on. Stop stalking. It's just creepy. It just shows that you probably have some serious fucking problems. Pixel Piggy, you're doing some French homework. Nice. And you got history in 35 minutes. Which history class you got today, Pixel? Fat says, yeah, it's hard not to get burnt out when you play a game too much. I agree. And right now, there's really not much out there game-wise of interest for me. So, Riley and I are going to try and play some War Thunder. We both downloaded it, and we were trying it out last night before bed. I mean, it's obvious that War Thunder was originally built for the PC. So, it takes some getting used to, especially with like the menu and everything to use your controller with. But at the end of the day, I think that it might be fun. It does look like it has potential to be fun. It was free to download, but it's obviously a free to play game, and they definitely probably encourage players to spend a little money. All right, so we'll wrap up a little bit more chat, and then we'll move back to some articles real quick. Randy, what's up, Randy? How's it going? All right, so where do we go? Chatney says the role expansions feel like summer specials, so hopefully they're working on something big for Red Dead Online. I agree. Yeah. I mean, the expansion of the bounty hunter role was obviously something that they did in light of the bug, because a lot of the employees at Rockstar had to work from home, and they're limited to what they can do when it comes to making content. So it was kind of like just trying to hold over the Red Dead Online community until they were able to make something new. Ben, I'm going to have to disagree. Well, you're canceled, Ben. That's what you get. No, just kidding. Right, I have to disagree. I think there are a lot of good games released at launch. Okay, you're disagreeing. Okay, you're disagreeing with Dark MatterWolf. Okay, that's good. Don't disagree with me, though. I'm just kidding. From the first-party, third-party developers, most were cross-gen, but that's expected when a lot of people can't get one. Yeah, Ben, I mean, there were some decent games. I mean, there was nothing that really appealed to me too much, Ben. But at the same time, it didn't really matter because I couldn't get my hands on a PS5 or an Xbox Series X anyways. I mean, even at the time, I made a video about how I really wasn't interested in getting one early on anyways. I mean, as of right now, I'm interested. The problem is I expected them to be more readily available by this time. We're going into the spring now in the Northern Hemisphere, and I thought that the hype would die down. And that by this point, the companies would have been able to manufacture enough PS5s and Xbox Series X's and get them on the shelves, to get them online. I didn't anticipate the freaking scalpers, though. I don't think anybody anticipated that. Pixel Piggy, U.S. history. Nice. Very nice, Pixel. So you're doing fine? Awesome, Randy. I'm doing all right. We're just hanging out. We were talking about some news from Strauss-Zelnick. We'll go over it again real quick, briefly. Just highlights. And this is what's good from VGM. Rockstar owner, Strauss-Zelnick, CEO of Take-Two, talked about how the remaster of GTA 5 for PS5 and Xbox Series S and X won't be a simple port. We shall see. I doubt it. But you think that sooner or later Rockstar is going to have to come out with some more information, a new trailer. They're going to have to win people over, because if you all remember, let's go look at that real quick. Let me look at this. Un momento, por favor. All right, so I'll put chat back up. Let's go look at that. We're not going to watch the trailer because I probably get a copyright claim. But let me go find that. You know what I'm talking. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That the infamous trailer, right? The infamous trailer that they put out for the Milked Edition. On Rockstar Games YouTube channel. Gotta find it. All right. When did that trailer? Okay, I can pull it up now. Hold on, guys. Sorry about that. All right. All right. So El Davo, what's up, El Davo? Yeah, exactly, El Davo. They basically said nothing. But that's the newest bit of information we got, right? Okay, so here it is. 8 months ago was when we got this stupid trailer. The Milked Edition. 5.5 million views. All right, let's go have a look at it. Look at the ratio. Look at that. Just have a look at that. It's, I would say about, 60% dislikes there. 128,000 likes, 166,000 dislikes. Oh, what did I do? Gee, guess what I gave it? Just take a wild guess. Most of the time, I don't dislike shit. But I do make exceptions. And this was definitely an exception, Rockstar. I mean, look at this shit. Look at this. This is clearly not even the PC version of GTA 5. Not even the PS4, Xbox One version. I mean, I could do screenshot. I can look at like screenshots of this. I mean, yeah, I mean that clearly looks like 360 and PlayStation 3 version. That's something a lot of people complain about. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Look at this. Oh, why would I drop a dislike? Gee, I don't know, Fat. I have no idea. But I mean, look at this. This clearly looks like 360. The way the graphics are. I mean, yeah, they pulled in the yacht. I mean, they did grab some stuff. Because I mean, the yachts exist, obviously. They've existed for PS4, Xbox One. So they grabbed a few things graphically for but a lot of this is it's kind of a mix of both. Kind of a mix of both. I'm not an expert, but there's some stuff in here that is clearly like the GT Online stuff. The GT Online stuff I think is PS4. Because this was during a PlayStation stream, right? This was during a PlayStation stream. Over the summer. So they did put in some GT Online stuff, but the GT Online stuff even it's like clearly PS4 and Xbox One. So yeah. But the GTA 5, well that's Lester. Our creepy Uncle Lester. But all this other stuff is back here is last gen. Definitely last gen. Anyways. So I just wanted to bring that up once again before we move on to the next story. So, all right. Let me read over chat again. See, Riley. Hey, Riley. How you doing today? I see it's just GTA Online trailers in one. Yeah. Well, there was some GTA 5. The GTA 5 was clearly 360 PlayStation 3. They just grabbed something out of the file, right? Out of the computer file. Like, okay, we need to whip together a trailer for this. Quick, I'll just grab something real quick. Like, do we have any video we can take of the Milked Edition? No. Just use something we've already used in previous trailers. Okay, boss. Got it. Randy says, I am not buying GTA 5 again. Brian says, rumors GTA 5 Milked Edition might get delayed. Well, Brian, does that really surprise you? Would that really surprise any of you if the Milked Edition of GTA 5 got delayed? Let me see it. Let me see some hands. Wait, I don't see any hands because no one would be surprised. We would be surprised if it actually came out this year. And to be honest, it should come out this year because most people probably don't care. Until they make us care. I don't know how they can make us care, though. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Now, the hardcore fans, more hardcore. Because, look, I consider myself to be a hardcore fan of GTA and Rockstar, but I guess I'm not one of the rose-colored glasses drinking fans. I think there's a difference. And that's why Rockstar doesn't like me very much. Luke, the fact that Milked Edition exists makes me concerned that GTA 6 won't even be announced for 4 or 5 years. Yeah, that's a fear. Well, Luke, I think they are working on GTA 6, and I think they will announce it, but they're obviously going to wait till after they get this version of GTA 5 out. They want to get this version of GTA 5 out, then maybe by the fall of this year at the earliest, that's when we'll finally get a little tease regarding GTA 6. Randy, you gave it a dislike as well. And speaking of likes, if you're enjoying the stream, a like would be greatly appreciated. I'm going to continue trying to do the GB cast Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 12 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. UK. We may have some guests in the future covering other topics of video games, TV shows, movies, comics, sci-fi, and more. All right, so Jake says Rockstar doesn't give a rat's ass. Well, it's hard to argue that these days. Ben says, I'm so glad they showed it off at the start of the show. Even they know people would hate it. I imagine people seeing the Rockstar logo pop up at the end of the show. Yeah, if it would have been at the end of the show, people would have been people were still mad either way, but at least they got the hate out of the way. I think there was there was some good stuff in that trailer, in that showcase, if I remember, but that was like 8 months ago. A lot has happened since then. Randy, I hate the fact that they give us the game. Yeah, it would be cool, Randy, if we did get a remake of Red Dead Redemption 1. I mean, there's always the hope that they might be working on it. El Davo says it's funny that they showed story mode footage since it hasn't been updated since 2014. Yeah, I agree, El Davo. I agree. Riley. Nope, no hands. Riley was looking, too. She was looking. She didn't see any hands pop up. Fat says, I think Rockstar's forced to do that because they're not allowed to put anything new into the video. What do you mean they're not allowed to? Fat, what are you talking about? Of course they're allowed to. It's Rockstar Games. If they had new video, anything, even a tease, even a few seconds of like just like images of Southern San Andreas, right? The Mount Chiliad, what it's going to look like. Los Santos, what it's going to look like. The windmills, the ocean. You know, they could have, similar to Red Dead Redemption 2, when they threw out the teaser trailer for Red Dead Redemption 2, they were allowed to do it then. That's all they had to do. At least then people would be like, ooh, okay, all right. Looks interesting graphically. The fact they had nothing. Zip, zilch, nada. And 8 months later, still nothing. Except for some comments by the head of Take-Two. Which, like El Davo said a moment ago, it was really much to do about nothing. Thank you, Randy. Appreciate that. Riley also disliked the trailer. Yeah, you, me, Randy, and 166,000 friends. Paradise Gamer says, hopefully it doesn't cause, because aren't we getting 1 million to start each month? Yes, we are, Rand. We are, Paradise Gamer. That's for PlayStation players only, unfortunately. PlayStation Plus, because Rockstar and Sony seem to be very, very friendly. Very friendly indeed. Anyway, so I think we're going to move on to some Superman and Lois. I know some of you may not be interested, but I am a comic book nerd. And even though I've had criticisms of the CW in the past, I finally got around to watching episode 1 and 2 of Superman and Lois. And I'm going to try not to spoil anything. Try being the key word. So let's go to that. And if you've watched Superman and Lois so far, let me know your thoughts, your views. I hate it when that happens. All right, so this is from Hollywood Reporter. Superman and Lois renewed for a second season at CW. I think we talked about this Monday, if I remember. I think we talked about this Monday. See, the rookie DC Comics drama from Greg Berlanti earns a speedy pickup after airing only one episode. Well, there have been 2 episodes now. So far, so good. And I don't want to read over the article because I'm afraid that there may be some spoilers. So let's just go straight to what Rotten Tomatoes. Speaking of rotten, Star Trek Discovery. Blech. I hear Paramount Plus sucks. So I'm glad I bounced on CBS All Access. Anyway, so surprisingly, after 2 episodes, the ratings for Superman and Lois are not too bad. The audience and the critics actually like Superman and Lois. So you got a fresh rating, 86% from the critics. You can take that or leave it. But the audience score is what I usually go with, because usually they have better taste than these critics. Sometimes the critics actually enjoy things that we like. And Superman and Lois seems to be one of those things. 81% of the audience enjoyed the first 2 episodes of Superman and Lois. So that is pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. All right, let me find something else. See, I don't want to accidentally, before I do my little quick review, I don't want to have anything that's spoiling, because I'm going to try and keep it spoiler free for all of you that might be interested in also watching it. So let's see, where's it? I guess we could just use this. I guess that'll kind of small. So it's small. All right. Let's see. Is that a good image? I'm trying to find an image that's big enough. That's damn small. That's hella small. Can I find a bigger image here? Gamers. No. You know what? I'm just going to go with bracket. I mean, that looks kind of big. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so we'll just go with this image. All right. Let's see what y'all said first. Let's see. Paradise Gamer says, so far so good. Honestly, I really like the show. Yeah, I'm liking it too. I see Randy hasn't seen it yet. You're going to be watching SmackDown, though. Sinister, what's up, Sinister? Luke says, where would you say the show ranks so far compared to the other shows? Okay, that is a very valid question, Luke. So, I mean, it's hard to rank Superman and Lois right now because it's only at 2 episodes. Only 2 episodes. It's off to a good start. It's off to a great start. One Love, what's up, One Love? Hope you're having a great Friday as well. We're talking about Superman and Lois. I did finally get around to watching the first 2 episodes. And it's far from perfect, but it's off to a good start. And I honestly think that it has potential to be a decent show. I mean, it's the CW, for example. I mean, you kind of have to put that bar low. But I feel like at the moment, the showrunner, the writers, are trying to do Superman and Lois justice in this series. There's some, let's see, Sinister with the $5 holler super chat. Thank you very much, Sinister. Super chat's always greatly appreciated. So they do a really good job of going through Superman's backstory, right? Because you all know his backstory. The last son of Krypton, Jor-El and his mom, they launch him on a rocket before the planet blows up as a baby. He lands at the Kent farm. The Kents raise him as their own. He eventually develops his abilities while growing up in Smallville. Eventually, he goes off to the north and he sets up the Fortress of Solitude. He learns his origins. He learns who he is. Eventually, he becomes a reporter in Metropolis for the Daily Planet, where, of course, he runs into Lois Lane. And this one's different because they actually do fall in love. And he reveals to Lois Lane that he is, in fact, Superman. And they get married, and they actually end up having twins. They have 2 boys. And I thought that was going to be the weak point of the show. And honestly, I feel like for the most part, all the characters that they introduced in Superman and Lois are pretty decent. I mean, at first people were not so sure about the actors that play Superman and Lois. I mean, they've appeared as Superman and Lois in previous CW shows. And I don't like the way they treated Superman in some of the Supergirl episodes. But I always liked the actor. I think his name's Tyler. I always liked him as Superman. I always thought he was good for a small screen Superman. And I felt like that any issue I may have had was the way he was treated. So my issue is not with the actor or the actress here. It was with the writers of Supergirl. I can accept that Superman and Supergirl can be even strengthed. But in Supergirl, there were so many times where they made like Supergirl more powerful than Superman. And that just never made sense to somebody that is familiar with the Superman, Supergirl lore. They could be even Steven. And people will debate back and forth why this one's stronger than the other one. But at the same time, I'm willing to accept even Steven and not making one stronger than the other. But it was Supergirl, and of course they had to make Supergirl save Superman on numerous occasions. So that kind of frustrated me a little bit. But in this show, I feel like now that the focus is on Superman and Lois and their teen boys, one is named Jonathan, of course, named after Jonathan Kent. The other one is named Jordan, named after Jor-El. So that is actually cool. So that's pretty cool. And the mystery is, will the boys end up having superpowers? Will they not? That's one of the mysteries. And I like it. I think it's a very good show. I think it has great potential going forward. And I'm very interested in the characters. Even some of the antagonists they set up are very interesting. And they're not like your full-fledged mustache-twirling villains. They're complex. There's reasons why the antagonists are doing what they're doing. And the characters that interact with Superman and Lois and the teens are okay. Even though some of us don't really care as much for the quote-unquote teen drama that the show has, they kind of have no choice but to put that in the show because that's part of the show. It's about family. It's about the Lois and Clark and their teens. And without going into spoilers, things happen that cause Clark and Lois and their teens to end up moving to Smallville. So it's quite interesting the direction the show's going. And I hope it continues to get better. I think that both these actors are great in their roles. Tyler Hoechlin, yeah, you're right, Paradise. I agree. I always liked him as Clark in Superman and Supergirl. I just never liked how he was treated. I feel like the showrunner and the writers in this show actually respect Superman and are treating him way better. And the actress that plays Lois, I think she was in Grimm, right? At first, I was like, I'm not sure about her as Lois, but she's growing on me. She definitely has that Lois spunk. And I'm going to be honest for a minute. I got to say this right now. I've never really been a fan of any of the live action Loises. Even the original Lois, like not the original, but the actress that played Lois in the original like Christopher Reeve movies. I mean, I know, don't send that hate towards me, but I never liked her as Lois. I never really did. And then the actress they casted as Lois in Superman Returns, I didn't care for her either. I mean, she was hot, but I didn't really feel like she was Lois. I mean, I thought Brandon Roth was okay as Superman and Clark. And then I guess Amy Adams plays Lois in Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and I think she's also going to be in the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League coming out in a few weeks. I thought she was okay. But none of the live action Loises have blown me away to the same degree as Dana Delaney's Lois from Superman animated series. I always thought that Dana Delaney really understood Lois and like she got her character down really good. And this is an animated series we're talking about. And I always liked Dana Delaney, even from like Tombstone, I liked her. She has a great personality, and you feel that personality. She's got a really sexy voice too, and it really carried over in the Superman animated series. But this actress here's not doing too bad. And I like the fact that they portray Lois and Clark as an actual couple, where they feel like that they have chemistry. They feel like they're actually in love and that they're in this together. They have issues come up. The boys have issues come up. But it doesn't feel as contrived as in some other CW shows. It feels natural. It feels like these issues that come up make sense for the most part. For the most part. Not always, but you know, they're just, there seems to be an overall, the family, the characters that make up the core of the show, which is Clark, Lois, Jonathan, and Jordan, the twins, are doing a decent job so far. There's some other characters I don't want to talk about because, you know, spoilers. But if you're a Superman fan, I would recommend you at least give Superman Lois a try. It's off to a decent start, but then again, the first couple seasons of Arrow was really good. The first season of Flash was really good. It's the CW for you, right? It's the CW. And I used to watch all these shows all the damn time, like from, you know, Arrow, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Black Lightning, the first 2 seasons of Black Lightning, Supergirl. There were episodes I liked. There were characters I liked, and then there were some plot lines and stories I didn't care for. And eventually I got to the point where I was just sick and tired of it. And I bounced from the CW shows like last year. I was like, after the season finales of all those shows, I'm like, you know what? I just can't do this anymore. I cannot bring myself to watch these shows because there's so many shows and they're bloated and the writing at times could be way better. And maybe the problem is the agenda nonsense compounded with the fact that a lot of these shows are like 20 episodes a season. And I've talked about this before. Quality over quantity when it comes to a show. And I think that Superman Lois is going to be, 15 episodes this season? So I think that's the sweet spot. And I think that the other shows, first and foremost, if they're going to continue, they need to scale back as well. That way the writers can actually put out better quality episodes and story arcs instead of having too much padding for each season, because there's a lot of times there's way too much padding and way too many opportunities that come up for like the villain of the week or the overarching villain of the season where Flash should have theoretically finally caught the villain in this episode, yet some nonsense occurs and the villain gets away. Yet the fastest man alive can't go catch the villain. I mean, dude, you're the fastest man alive. And same thing goes for Superman. You know, he's extremely fast too. In fact, you could even make the argument that he's on par with Flash when it comes to speed. But so far, I'm liking it. I think it's good. I'm even liking the antagonist more or less. I feel like that they're doing a decent job with the series going forward overall. It could go downhill before the season's over, but I think so far it's off to a really good start. So that's pretty much my spoiler-free review of Superman and Lois right now without going into any other detail because I don't want to spoil it for any of you, but if you have the CW app, that's what I watched it on. Yes, there's commercials, but it's a free app. It doesn't cost you anything. Yeah, you have to sit through some commercials. It's just like old TV to me. It's like watching a TV show, except for I get to watch the episode whenever the hell I want to watch it instead of having to watch it on this night or that night. It's like, okay, well, it aired last night. Okay, well, I can watch it today. I can watch it tomorrow. I can watch it whenever I'm in the mood to watch it. So, yeah. Superman and Lois. First two episodes of season 1, off to a very, very promising start going forward. I look forward to talking more about Superman and Lois in the future. Okay, so let's go back to chat real quick before we move on to our next topic. See what you guys have to say. It doesn't have to just be about Superman and Lois. It could be about whatever y'all want to talk about. All right, where do we leave off? Let's see, Luke says at least they didn't change the actors. Exactly. I thought that they casted both actors pretty good. The actress for Lois, I like her. She definitely has a Lois feel to her, an attitude that you would expect from Lois Lane. And ever since they introduced Tyler as Superman in the second season of Supergirl, I liked him. I just don't like the way he's been treated. Him being, you know, Clark and Superman by the writers over at Supergirl. That was my issue with it. See, Luke says, I saw something once that said Superman looks weaker because he shows more restraint. Well, here's the thing, Luke. I think that he's weaker because the writers want to make Supergirl look the bestest ever. And even though I like Melissa Benoit, I think she's good as Supergirl, it's the writers and showrunners that I take issue with. Because they could do a better job of really making it out to where these two are even Steven. And there are definitely times when they work quite well together. And then there are times when you just sit back and like, come on, you're just, you asshole writers and showrunners are just trying to low-key bash Superman. Brian says the best Lois was in Smallville. I never, always wanted to watch Smallville. I never got around to it. Maybe one day I will, Brian. King Flush, what's your top 3 series and top 3 movies, GB? Well, gee, that's such a easy question there, King Flush. No pressure, right? Let's see. Randy says, one question. What's everyone's favorite Doctor Who? Are you talking about the favorite Doctor? Classic would be Jon Pertwee. He's my favorite classic Doctor. And David Tennant would be my favorite, current era Doctor. Because the truth is, he was the very first Doctor that I ever watched. So I got into Doctor Who because of David Tennant. And then after that, I started going back and watching the classic episodes. I do like Tom Baker, but I also like, I don't know what it is about Jon Pertwee's Doctor. I just like him. Running around with his cape and his curly gray hair, and he knows how to fight. He's a badass. All right, so where we leave off. See, Paradise says they did recast another character in the show. I don't know who you're referring to be honest, but if it is a recast of another character, I don't really recall. Samari, hello Samari, how you doing today? I don't know what happened in the final episode of WandaVision because I canceled my Disney Plus because they fired Gina Carano, and in retaliation, I and many others canceled Disney Plus. I was enjoying WandaVision, and I've been watching Angry Joe and others do the reviews. So once Angry Joe puts out his review, along with Other Joe and Alex, the final episode of WandaVision, I'll know what happened. And plus, I'm not going to mention it here because I don't know, and I don't want to spoil it for anybody else. But I was enjoying WandaVision, but you know what? Fuck Disney. Fuck them. And I have another reason to say fuck them in a minute. And I think we'll move on to that article next. So that's a good segue. Thanks for the segue there, Samari. See, Paradise says Supergirl is just a bunch of SJW nonsense. Yeah. Yeah, the Doomslayer. Yeah, the guy that is in the Doomslayer armor is actually a completely different character. I know what you're thinking, Paradise, but it's actually a completely different character. And that's as far as I can go with it. But I do like that character. I do like him. He's a good antagonist, and what makes him really good is he's even in 2 episodes, he's very well rounded. He's not one-dimensional. And it makes you intrigued about this character, his backstory, and you want to learn more about him. Now, at the end of the day, does it make him a good guy? Does it make him an anti-hero? I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. I still want Superman to obviously be the hero of his show. And Lois, too. Let's see. Yeah, Matt Smith. I love Matt Smith. Matt Smith is definitely up there with me as well, Randy. I like Matt Smith along with David Tennant. I think they're both great. And, of course, Jon Pertwee, Tom Baker. That would be my top 4. Who would make up the top 5 for me? Let me think. William Hartnell. I guess you got to put William Hartnell up there too because he was the very first Doctor. So I would put William Hartnell in the top 5. So Hartnell, Pertwee, Baker, David Tennant, Matt Smith. That's my top 5 Doctor Who's the Doctor. Brian says, I hear people are happy or disappointed in the final episode of WandaVision. I'll find out one way or the other. But I think after the final episode of WandaVision, I think that's it. It was a limited series. It was a mini series. So there's not going to be future seasons of WandaVision. Now, I think they'll carry over story elements from WandaVision to the new Doctor Strange movie, if it ever comes out. Multiverse of Madness. Isn't that what it's called? Because I think Wanda's, a.k.a. Scarlet Witch, is going to play a role in the new Doctor Strange movie. I believe that's the case, Brian. See, Randy, I hope Simpsons is fine now Disney owns Fox. Randy. Oh, Randy. Simpsons needs to be put out to pasture. It needs to go. It had some great seasons, some awesome episodes, but its better days are long behind it. Paradise Gamer says he's a bad guy, but that doesn't mean he's a bad guy. Exactly. Like, I mean, he is one of the bad guys of the show, but at least there's some sympathetic motivations that I would say the primary antagonist of the season so far. Maybe at the moment he's the primary antagonist. You could kind of sympathize with his point of view, but that's where I'm going to hit the brakes because I don't want to go into spoiler territory regarding Superman and Lois. I just think that if you happen to like Superman, I think you'll appreciate it. And I think you get an idea of the way they're going to treat Superman and Lois in the first few minutes when they quickly go through the origin story. And I think they did a fantastic job of quickly getting through the origin story in a very quick and precise and tasteful manner. And they even have some Easter eggs going all the way back to the original Superman comic, which were really, really cool. That's all I'm going to say about that, though. I see Fat says, Christopher Eccleston was your favorite Doctor. I did go back after I watched like the first season of David Tennant was the Doctor. I was curious, and I went back to watch Christopher Eccleston, because that's when they first introduced Rose as well. And I like Rose. I like Billie Piper. I thought she was great as Rose Tyler. She's one of the better companions, along with Sarah Jane Smith and Martha. I thought Christopher Eccleston was fine. He was fine. I would probably put him in 6th place in my ranking. Liquid Still's here. What's up, Liquid Still? How's it going? Hope you're having a good Friday along with everybody else. Randy, Multiverse of Madness is going to be connected to Spider-Man Far From Home. Oh, is it also going to be connected to Spider-Man No Way Home, Randy? So I think it's going to connect a lot of things because they're going to try and keep all this MCU stuff connected, right, going forward. Not just the Spider-Mans under Tom Holland, but also everything that's come to this point in the MCU, including WandaVision. I hope the final episode of WandaVision was good. It sucks. I really wanted to continue watching WandaVision till the end, but I had to stand on principle. I don't think what Gina Carano said was worthy of being fired or canceled over. You can disagree with her Instagram post, but at the same time, I don't think there was any malice or hate in anything she has posted. I think it was simply just a warning, right? Just warning of treating people better and not canceling people because it's a slippery slope and history does have a way of repeating itself. Speaking of Disney, let's go to bounding into comics, shall we? Let's do it. To the next topic. Oh, Disney. Why are you always trying to disappoint me? Need a little smoothie action. So this is from boundingintocomics.com. Disney CEO Bob Chapek lavishly praises Kathleen Kennedy a month after she had, she had Gina Carano fired. Talk about being out of touch. Disney CEO Bob Chapek recently lavished praise on Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy less than a month after she had a spokesman fire and lie about The Mandalorian's Gina Carano. Chapek's statement during an appearance at a virtual conference hosted by Morgan Stanley. So I'm guessing this is the same Morgan Stanley conference we were talking about earlier with Strauss-Zelnick. So I guess we're having some sweet MCU type connections today between these stories. I see YouTuber Not My Star Wars captured the conversation and shared parts of it to his channel. So if y'all want to go check it out, I guess a shameless plug to Not My Star Wars. I never heard of their channel before. I mean, there's a lot of channels out there. Some of you probably are aware of that reality. Around the 6-minute mark, see Ben Swinburne of Morgan Stanley asked Chapek, what are you guys doing? What are you and Kevin and the team doing to make sure that the Marvel continues to thrive, particularly as you weave Disney Plus and the amount of content coming to us is coming up pretty dramatically. Chapek responds, I would say the situation for Marvel is as it is at Lucas, and it's going to speak to the talent not only of Kevin and his team, but Kathleen Kennedy and her team over at Lucas. Kathleen Kennedy has nothing to do with the success of The Mandalorian, by the way. He added, we are really fortunate to have both groups being led by stellar creative talent. You're half right. God. Talk about somebody that's just completely out of touch. Typical corporate executive. Chapek continued, but in terms of fatigue, I guess that's not borne out of the numbers. So creative canvas, if you will, is very broad for both Lucas and Star Wars, as well as Disney and the very multi dimensions. Yes, superheroes in Marvel's case, but it's more. And yes, it's a galaxy far, far away for Lucasfilm. It's very more, and they're going to keep on growing because of the creative talent we have. I mean, it still could very well mean that there's trouble behind the scenes in Paradise, but maybe he's just putting on like a PR face. Chapek continued to shower praise on Kennedy and Feige. He would state, see, that's where they are at their best, managing the mythology so that there's little pieces here and there. They dribble and they're all connected. It's really amazing. Geniuses. He would later call Kennedy an absolute treasure. A treasure. Okay. You know, I had a nice treasure this morning. I had to flush it away, though. I wonder if that's what he's talking about here. Well, just like Kevin and Kathy and Sean at the studio, Jimmy, Dana, Peter, John. Most of these I don't really know. Absolute treasures for us from the creative standpoint. I think he didn't mention. He didn't mention Kevin though. Kevin Feige. That sucks. Oh, he did. Kevin Feige, John Favreau. That's who I was wondering. Why doesn't he mention John Favreau? Driving this machine, but giving you the type of content that you saw at the investors conference. The praise from Chapek comes after Lucasfilm president Cowardly had spokesman release a 2-sentence statement revolving they had fired Mandalorian actor Gina Carano. Not only would the statement reveal they had fired Gina Carano, but they would lie about her, claiming she, they just did nothing but lie, which she did not do, by the way. The statement read, Gina Carano is currently not employed at Lucasfilm, and there are no plans for her to be in the future. Nevertheless, her social media posts, that's complete bullshit. It's complete BS. They know it. Like, this post was not anti-Semitic. It was not. It was a warning about history repeating itself. Some people just don't seem to understand that. But anyways, where do we leave off? So yeah, you know what? I'm not really surprised, to be honest. I'm not really surprised that a corporate executive suit sitting up there in the ivory tower would make such stupid comments, because they're completely out of touch. Obviously, Bob Chapek, either A, he's given this PR for an investment meeting, at Morgan Stanley, just to keep the investors happy and keep the stocks up from crashing, because, every little thing they say could be used to cause a sell at the stock exchange and cause issues financially. Maybe behind the scenes, there's actually still trouble in paradise. So I guess only time will tell how this one's going to play out. Liquid still says Kathleen Kennedy is the real Sith Lord behind Palpatine. Let's see. Kennedy makes Palpatine look like a Jedi. Wow. Let's see. Randy says jealous. That's all they are. Yeah. Let's see. Brian says, to be honest, I stopped caring about Star Wars. Yeah, well, it's BS like this that make people stop caring. Paradise says they're doing a little something more behind closed doors. That's what I'd like to believe, that both Bob Chapek as well as Bob Iger know that people are pissed at Kathleen Kennedy's shenanigans, but at the same time they have to maintain this public persona that all's well, that this is fine, even though Lucasfilm is burning in the background. That's basically Bob. Bob Chapek's just standing there like, this is fine. And Marvel, it looks okay. It looks fine. But over there, you see a building that's on fire, and the sign on the building says Lucasfilm. I think that's what it's come down to. Liquid still says it's beyond being out of touch. I believe there's agenda. Of course, there's agenda. There's always agenda going on here. Yeah, exactly, Randy. Like, her statement was not anti-Semitic at all. I mean, yeah, does that dark moment in history, that terrible time where bad things happened without YouTube coming down upon me, is that a terrible thing for people to always bring up and make comparisons to? Yeah. And it happens all too often. But at the same time, the comparison is not unfounded. And as a person that's a little knowledgeable in history, I've come to discover a truth. History does, in fact, tend to repeat itself because humanity makes the same mistakes over and over again. Do we have censorship now in the social medias? Is it getting worse and worse? Are there people being deplatformed? Some of them maybe justifiably because of hate speech, intolerance, actual threats against other people. Yeah, but there's also people that are being censored and deplatformed that simply have a different opinion than what those that run the social medias happen to have. That is dangerous. That is a slippery slope. That is a snowball effect. And when you start taking away people's rights to speech, whether in social media like Twitter, that toxic cesspool, or YouTube, or Twitch, or in real life, eventually you're going to get to the point where nobody but the state has the right to say what they want to say. And anything you say against the state, any opinion you have that does not conform 100% with the state, can and will be used against you. Even if what you say 9 times out of 10 is the same thing the state says, there is a very real possibility that that one thing, that one disagreement you have, will be the one thing that gets you canceled, that gets you deplatformed. And that's sad. That is unfortunate. Because I believe in a free society. We all have a right to our opinion. We all have a right to disagree. And there's plenty of times when I say something you disagree with. And that's fine. That's the way it's supposed to be. You have a right to disagree with me. We have a right to have a conversation, an actual legitimate conversation, where we sit here and we talk. We actually talk. And if at the end of the day we still disagree, we shake hands, or in this case, maybe nod our head, agree to disagree. No one deserves to be canceled over that, even if you disagree with somebody on a particular subject. Now, are there more extreme opinions out there? Unfortunately, yeah. But they make up a small percentage of people, a smaller and smaller percentage of society with each passing generation. Let's see, where did we leave off? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know that. I would like to believe, Paradise Gamer, that the Bobs at Disney see the writing on the wall. They realize, like, they took a serious hit from the Disney Plus cancellations over Gina Carano. They know that the majority of Star Wars fans are pissed. So I'm sure they're aware of that, because that's one way that these corporatists think. That's their language, is money. Randy. Good night, Randy. See, you're right. It's history. She should not be fired for that. I agree, Randy. And have a very good night, Randy. Thank you for hanging out with us. And I hope you have a great weekend. By the way, this weekend we'll be back in Red Dead Online. PlayStation Saturday, Xbox Sunday. So we're taking a break from PC for a while because there's nothing really going on over on PC. And as you know, quite literally, the PC version of Red Dead Online and GT Online is the wild, wild west because of the lack of a peer-to-peer system. So I have no real motivation to play on PC at the moment. But if there's ever future content to Red Dead Online, maybe I'll go back. Or maybe not. All right, where do we leave off? Let's see. Liquid Steel says, I truly believe they don't care about the fans. They want to control everything. Well, what they want, Liquid Steel, is money. At the end of the day, the simplest answer to what the corporate executive suits want is your money. In order to get that money, they have to do things that the customer wants. And when we speak with our pocketbooks, with our wallets, with our credit cards, our money, currency, whatever, and we cancel something like, I don't know, Disney Plus, they notice that. And then they have to ask, well, why did that happen? And then when we have the option, when we cancel Disney Plus, to go down to other and mention why we canceled Disney Plus, not only because of the firing of Gina Carano, but the hypocrisy, the double standards when it comes to, Pedro Pascal. I like Pedro Pascal. I think he's a great actor, but, he didn't get fired over some things he tweeted about. He didn't deserve to be fired, by the way. He deserved to keep this job too. Same thing goes with Gina Carano. Pedro, Gina, they have a right to their opinions, whether we agree with them or disagree with them. They don't deserve to be canceled. They don't deserve to be fired. What I take issue is the double standard. Rules for thee, not for me. That's what pisses me off. And, 2 or 3 other situations, circumstances at Lucasfilm, you have the same issue. Not just Pedro Pascal, but also Pablo Hidalgo, who went after Star Wars theory because, he was emotional about the final scene in The Mandalorian. Most Star Wars fans were, Pablo. Most of us were, because we're real Star Wars fans, unlike you, you hack. Was he fired? No. Was he canceled? No. Or what about the current host of Star Wars High Republic? For her comments. Kind of racist. Was she fired? No. Was she censored? Did she come out apologizing for the racist comments she posted? No. Double standard. Hypocrisy. Sick and tired of it. All right, where do we leave off? Okay, Brian says, I know Jon Favreau, he cast Scarlett Johansson to play Gina's character. I don't think that's true. That's a rumor, Brian. They're not gonna take over. Like Gina Carano's character, I guess she's wandered off into the 2 sunsets of Tatooine for the time being. Maybe eventually they'll bring back Cara Dune. I hope so. But I doubt that Scarlett Johansson is going to end up on a Disney Plus show, unless it's like a Black Widow show. I doubt it because, we still have that Black Widow movie to look forward to. Hopefully it'll be good. I know you're excited about it. Paradise says corporate companies in general are out of touch these days because they only care about money. Exactly. They only care about money. Okay. Fine. Their nature, their wants, their needs, their desire, right, is money. It's a very simple want. So if you want more money, Bobs, you want to lift up the subscriptions of Disney Plus back up again. You want to get the stock for Disney and Lucasfilm back up and make you all look good in the process and put more money in your pocket and your investors' pockets. Then you got to do something about Kathleen Kennedy. Like from the sequel trilogy to the agenda nonsense, it's just gotten out of control. There's clearly a problem at Lucasfilm. There's trouble in paradise, and it's been there for a while now. And I don't really see how the status quo can continue. How they can even allow it to do so. If they renew her contract, which I think is coming up this year, then that's going to be the final straw. That will show you where the Bobs really stand. Now, if they don't renew her contract and they do this PR thing where they just let Kathleen Kennedy just wander off into the sunset or wherever the hell she goes, back under her rock or the hole in the ground. I don't know. Maybe Steven Spielberg needs someone to get him some coffee still. Anyways, then maybe logically it makes sense for Favreau to take over. I believe that people that have earned the respect of the fan base of a franchise that they're making content for, that are obviously knowledgeable about that franchise and the lore, the characters behind it, the world building, that truly respect it, like Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. These are the types that deserve to be in charge of Lucasfilm. They deserve to run Star Wars because they understand Star Wars. They are Star Wars fans. They get it. That's the way it should always be. Same thing goes for all these other shows, like for Star Trek. Unfortunately, those that run Star Trek right now don't get Star Trek. They think they do, but they don't. They try to bring in this agenda bullshit to Discovery and to Picard. Here's a little fun fact about Star Trek Discovery that I've mentioned at least once or twice. It was already about diversity. It was already about equality. It was already about bringing people together from different walks of life. It's been like that since the original series, for crying out loud. You had an Asian actor on the show. You had an African-American woman on the show. They were on the bridge of the Starship Enterprise, the flagship of the Federation. They were seen as equals. That was Gene Roddenberry's vision for the future of humanity, for us getting past these differences, past racism, past intolerance, where we actually treated each other like human beings. That was the vision, the hope, the dream he had for us going forward. And that's one of the big reasons why Star Trek, the original series, was so groundbreaking. It portrayed that positive future for humanity, where we were going to get past segregation, we were going to get past racism, we were going to get past intolerance, where we started treating each other like human freaking beings, where all that stuff, all that ugly aspects of humanity was going to be slowly, generation by generation, diluted. And it was. It was. Well, there's some still around that are racist and intolerant, unfortunately. But like I mentioned a moment ago, that percentage over the past few generations has gotten smaller and smaller and smaller. And that's a big thanks to Gene Roddenberry, to Martin Luther King Jr., to those that have been pushing, whether in, politically or philosophically or in entertainment through Star Trek, the idea of humanity moving forward past those issues, the darker elements of humanity. And that's one of the main things I loved about Star Trek. The ideas of the future of what would humanity be like in the future? The strange new worlds that we would explore, and a positive outlook, right? Even though there's conflict in the future, because there's always going to be drama and conflict, at the very least, you could say that humanity was hopeful and going in a better direction. I prefer that over dystopia. I just cannot stand dystopia. Is it interesting? Yeah, dystopian futures are interesting. That's not what I want for humanity. Not at all. I don't want conflict. I don't think there needs to be conflict. We live in the 21st century. We have all this knowledge at our fingertips. The realization that we're all human beings, that we share this beautiful blue ball together with so many common interests that we choose to ignore, like dependence on oxygen, fresh water, sunshine, food, love. So many people these days, especially those that are pushing these agendas, are so focused on dividing people. They're so focused on it. And I'm tired of it. I'm sick and tired of it. Maybe some of them started off with good intentions, but good intentions, as they often say, pave the way to hell. And I feel like that's what they've done. All right, let's catch up with chat real quick. Let's see, they want to cancel Aaron Rodgers because he simply dated a woman from The Mandalorian. Oh, they want to cancel anybody. Like, these psychopaths on social media are out of control. They're out of control. Oh, you have, like Henry Cavill dated her as well. So, yeah, Aaron Rodgers and Henry Cavill both dated Gina Carano. Do they deserve to be canceled because they dated somebody? No. Gina Carano does not deserve to be fired or canceled. It's ridiculous. It just shows you how far they've lost the damn plot. Now, maybe originally there were those that went on board with the SJWs because they like me, believe in equality and they're against racism and hate. But there are those behind that movement that are up to something else entirely. It's just ridiculous. See, Luke says some of these people are so insane. Yeah, I agree. You disagree with them about one thing out of 10 things, and you're a racist. You're a phobe. You're a hate-filled person. You're a terrible, awful, nasty creature who deserves to be canceled and your life ruined. It's just ridiculous. White Fang says, see, in my opinion, if you believe in God, like I do, I feel sorry for most of them, acting towards... Yeah, I mean, I agree, White Fang. I agree. Like, I am of the opinion that there is something more. I don't know what that is. I'm not a religious person. I'm a spiritual person. But I do believe that there's more than this. I believe that we are more than flesh and bone and blood. I've mentioned this before in previous vlogs and live streams. I'd like to believe that anyways. And if you believe something, that's cool. As long as you're not trying to force it on somebody else. Smithers! What's up, Smithers? How's it going? Good to see you, Smithers. Let's see. Brian says Bill Maher had some good points about cancel culture. Smithers, we're not talking about that anymore. I've made an official statement. Please stop bringing it up. Look, I've taken all the action I can do against that fake account. I hope that YouTube does. I have reported them. Others have reported them. That's the only thing I can say is just report them for impersonation. It's not me. I'm officially not appearing in any live chats at the moment, unless I happen to be playing with somebody, like, for example, last night with Red the 8-Bit Dinosaur and Riley and Ramking. And until this imposter nonsense is resolved, and I think there's other YouTubers out there that are having to deal with this as well, I hope that YouTube does do something about it. So I appreciate you bringing that to my attention, but there's nothing I can do about it other than the things I've done. I've sent YouTube feedback. I have reported them, and I don't know what else to do. It's in the hands of YouTube. They're the ones that have to take action against that fake channel. I don't know why whoever's doing it is doing it. I wish they would get a fucking life. I wish they would just stop impersonating other people. I don't even understand why they're impersonating me, what they're hoping to gain. Because here's the thing. The cat is out of the bag. It's been out of the bag for days. Word is spread that there is somebody impersonating me on YouTube. So the jig is up. I don't even know what their point is. I don't even know what the point is. Like, at first when you guys brought it to my attention, they were pretty hostile from what y'all said. But every time I've heard about this fake GB, this fake account, they just act normal. I mean, they clearly aren't me because they don't know how to type like I do, but that's fine. But they're a fraud. They're fake. They're an impersonator. And I wish YouTube had a way for the YouTube partner channels, you know, those of us that are under 100,000, to have some sort of way to be identified quickly in a live chat and a comment section. You know how the verified channels that have over 100,000 subscribers have a check mark? I wish there was something similar for us. That way you could quickly determine if this is actually the legitimate, you know, content creator. It's just sad. It's really sad that somebody has nothing better to do than try to impersonate me of all the other content creators and streamers on YouTube. There are way bigger, more important, more impressive content creators than me. He was trying to start shit. Well, which channel was it? Which channel was it, Smithers? So I don't really get this person's point. Obviously, they don't like me very much. Well, I don't know what you're trying to accomplish. In the community tab section, I made an announcement that it's not me. It's clearly not me. For one thing, I don't try to start shit with other content creators, okay? Even content creators I don't like, I just ignore them. You know, they do what they do, I do what I do. But Fat made a pretty good video about that a few days ago. So if y'all want to check out Fat's channel, be sure and do so. He did a good video about the imposters on YouTube. Well, you already brought that up, Smithers. You brought that up a few days ago. You brought that up Monday. I sent Jackknife a video, email. I don't know if you read the email. I made that email Monday. So yeah, I was already aware of that, Smithers. You brought that to my attention. Raider brought it to my attention. So that's nothing new. I sent him an email telling him that that was not me. I hope that Jackknife read that email. Apparently, Jackknife has also had an issue with someone impersonating him. Like I said, this is an issue that a lot of content creators are having to deal with. I don't want to talk about it. I prefer YouTube do something about it. And I've asked YouTube to do something about it. And others that are friends of mine, my mods, my viewers, my subscribers, anytime they come across this fake account, hopefully you report them. Just report the fuck out of them. Because I don't know what their motivation is, but obviously their intentions are not good. And sooner or later, they'll either grow tired of it, or hopefully, just hopefully, YouTube will take action and punish this channel accordingly. Because obviously this is not their main channel. And you know what I hope? If they're listening to me right now, I sincerely hope, impersonating troll, that YouTube not only deletes the fake channel, but I hope they delete your channel as well. I hope that your channel goes away. And I hope you lose all your little privileges you have connected to Google for impersonating another content creator, whether it's me or somebody else. So I hope one day you wake up and you find that everything's gone. The fake channel's gone. Your own channel's gone, whoever the fuck you are. And anything you have tied to Google, gone. Most of the time, I'm against deplatforming, but there are exceptions, and this is one of them. You go around impersonating somebody. What happens when YouTube finally does something about it? You brought it upon yourself, asshole. You have no sympathy from me. But I kind of have an idea who it might be. Not 100% sure, but I'm pretty certain I think I know who it is. And they're a coward. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Let us move on now to some Diablo news. Because, you know, I'm excited about Diablo 2 Resurrected. And I'm sorry to get salty, guys. But it's just annoying to me. If you have beef with me, grow a spine and bring it to me. Bring it to me. Okay? You have an issue with me? You bring it up to me, man to man, or person to person, whatever. Don't be a fucking coward posing as me, pretending to be me. Because the word is spreading. The word is spreading right now. And the more channels you go on, more people become aware that you're fake, that you're not the real me. You're going to be blocked. You're going to be reported. Eventually, you're going to be flagged enough where YouTube will take notice and they're going to do something about you. You fucking coward. Well, Smithers, I'm not going to mention who it is, but I have a pretty good idea who it is, okay? I'm not 100% sure, but like I said, I'm not going to mention it. But let's just say I have some compelling evidence that points towards somebody specifically. But anyways, let us move on, shall we? I think we've talked about that topic enough, and I'm sick and tired of talking about it. And I hope going forward we can not talk about it because we're just giving this troll fucking attention. Anything else I have to say about this subject, I will leave in the community tab of my channel, just like I did with my PSA a few days ago. I know this makes me salty, but I mean, how would you feel if any of you were impersonated on YouTube or in real life? I mean, that's something that most people don't want to have done to them. I mean, that's just, it's like, that's who we are. It's the person we are. And you have some piece of shit troll out there impersonating you? Real scum. Real scum. Pond scum. But they're going to get theirs. Trust me. The walls are closing in. Hey, Red. Welcome back, Red. And thank you, King Flush. Well, Smithers, it could be anybody, but I'm not going to say who I think it is. I will say this. You're potentially not only pissing me off, well, you've already pissed me off, but you've also are going to piss off Google. Okay? Thanos, sure, go ahead. Thanos, use the Infinity Gauntlet on him, snap him. Hey, Thanos was the hero in the first Avengers Infinity War. Let's see, Ashani says, is new GTA 5 going to be on PS5 and Xbox Series X only? Yeah. King Flesh says, peace on Earth is not a utopia. Okay, I'd like to get to this article. But it will... I think the Expanse Enhanced Milked Edition will be out exclusively for PS5, Xbox Series S and X whenever. Once we get more information about it, I will definitely cover it in the future. But anyways, let us continue with Diablo 2 Resurrected. So I'm excited about Diablo 2 Resurrected. Diablo 2 is probably one of my I have a list of favorite games. Diablo 2 easily one of them. And I love these types of games. It's where I developed my small looting problem in Red Dead Online from Diablo 2 specifically. Well, Diablo 1 as well, but I spent way more time playing Diablo 2 than Diablo 1. But according to IGN, Diablo 2 Resurrected players can import their ancient Diablo 2 save files. This is crazy. Unfortunately, I don't think I have the... I know for a fact I don't have the PC that I played the original Diablo 2 on. Yeah, that's long gone. I think I gave that away years ago to like one of my sisters. Oh, wow. Diablo 2 Resurrected players who still have access to the original Diablo 2 saves will be able to use them in the remaster. In an interview with IGN Middle East, Diablo 2 Resurrected producer Matthew Cedarquest confirmed news, adding that Blizzard brute force and the feature in was surprised to find out it worked. Back when we were working on the remaster, we wondered if the old save files would work, and we kind of shoved it in, and it worked. And we were like, okay, that's the best feature ever, Cedarquest said. This means players will be able to pick up where they left off if they still have access to the files, with all the audio-visual upgrades exclusive to the remaster in tow. So that is really, really cool. Kind of makes me wish I still had those save files, but I don't. You know, it's not really a big deal because I look forward to replaying through Diablo 2 Resurrected anyway, so it's fine. The number of people who still have the 20-year-old save files to hand is probably pretty slim, but it's a lovely nod to how, let's see, the team is being about bringing the original game to the modern machines. Resurrected is effectively playing the original game with a layer of updated 3D clothing on top. The executive producer Ron Ferguson told BlizzCon, "It's a remaster, not a remake. We wanted the game." Diablo 2 Resurrected will feature 4K graphics, 7.1 surround sound, upgraded 3D models, remastered cutscenes when it launches later this year. But you'll be able to switch back and forth between the original and the new look by the press of a button. It will be available on a wide variety of platforms, including PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and the Nintendo Switch. And I did do a video a weekend or so ago about it. If you want more information about Diablo 2 Resurrected, feel free and check out that video over on the channel. I know not everybody is interested in this as much as I am, but I do love me some Diablo Resurrected. Did you send me some new messages? I mean, I'm not really good at the Instagrams. I mean, I didn't even realize I had DMs till you sent me a DM in the comment section. Is it Mestafalls? Let me look real quick. But I'm tired of talking about that subject. Look, there's nothing I can do about the troll that I've already done. I mean, I just went on a tangent like 5 seconds ago. Yeah, the milked edition. Let me look on my Instagram real quick. By the way, I do have an Instagram, in case y'all are wondering. It's just... usually I just use it to post photos. I don't really use it to DM people. I prefer most of my dealings to be done out in public, by the way. So I'm not really good at replying to people in private. But I'm trying to look on my phone. But yeah, I'm just tired of the nonsense. I'm tired of this imposter. I just want to believe that something's being done about it. Oh yeah, I mean, why are you asking that? You asked that question a few days ago. I responded to you in the community tab about it. I mean, I told you I appreciated. I don't want to talk about it. Okay, I don't. It gives somebody attention that they do not deserve. They do not deserve that attention. Danushka, hello Danushka, how's it going? But I'm not trying to be an a-hole here, but I did respond on the community tab a few days ago. Like I said, I appreciated the heads up. But at the same time, I've done all I can do. And I don't know if there's anything else I can do. The rest is in YouTube's hands. They've got to do something about the imposter problem. Oh, it's a new message. Okay, well, the best thing to do, I just, look, as I mentioned a moment ago, this is just a frustrating topic for me. Very frustrating. The good news is, yeah, let's just move on. Can we please move on? I'm tired of talking about that subject. That's been like the topic on the channel. Well, I know you're trying to help me, and I do appreciate it. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate you, Smithers, everyone else. But you have to understand, having somebody impersonate me and me taking all this action to try and have YouTube do something about it is a bit frustrating. And so I get annoyed with talking about it. Hopefully you all understand. I did want to talk about something funny, though. All right. But I do appreciate it. Okay, I'm being very sincere here. I do appreciate your help. Thank you. I don't know. We have an idea who it might be. I don't know who it is 100%, but I will look at your Instagram DM later. So feel free and send me it. I will look at it later. I will read it. I promise. Just let's talk about something funny. But I know I'm coming across as salty. It's not directed at you all. It's directed at the piece of shit troll that's impersonating me. So I hope you all understand that that's where my frustration is. Exactly, Paradise. I've done all I can. All my awesome viewers and subscribers and fellow content creators and streamers, I've tried to inform as many of them as possible about the situation. Hopefully, they and their mods are taking action against the fake account. And if enough people report that fake account and block it, eventually, I feel like YouTube will have to do something about it. I've sent them feedback. I've blocked the account personally. I've reported the account. So that's really all I can do right now. But anyways, some of you may have came across this Rockstar Newswire. Some lovely Instagram photos. By the way, original Mestivals, thank you for reminding me about this through Instagram. Not that that's not what the DM is going to be about, probably, but Instagram is what the this Newswire is, related to. I found this funny. Now, this Instagrammer takes some awesome photos, fantastic photos of, I guess the size doesn't really make a difference there, does it? Of both Red Dead Redemption 2, Red Dead Online, Red Dead Redemption 2, and GTA. So that looks awesome. Looks really good. I mean, some of these actually look realistic. It's amazing how far video games have come in this day and age. I hope eventually we get like a Rockstar editor, Rockstar. That'd be nice. So, I mean, that one looks really good too. I don't know. Is that a real photo? That might actually be a real photo. Let me look at this one real quick. No. This is a Grand Theft Auto photo. Okay. Huh. Cool. Must be in story mode then. Now, this is pretty cool. Let's see. Raider. What's up, Raider? How's it going? The snow looks nice, even though a few weeks ago we had snow in the south. And yeah, that was not so nice. Rangello, what's up, Rangello? How you doing today? So these are some other lovely photos that Rockstar posted on their newswire from this really awesome Instagram. T. Guerrero. I'm not pronouncing your name because I know I'm going to mess it up, and I do apologize. The Heartlands looks really good, right? Looks great. And another image up in the snow. Got a deer, got the snow. I think it's the snow. Maybe it's not the snow. I think it's just a filter. Or maybe it was whenever there was like snow in a month ago? No, back in around Christmas time. So maybe it was when most of the map was covered in snow and Red Dead Online. Maybe that's when they took this photo. Okay. And then here's a really cool image of GTA 5. It actually kind of looks like real life Los Angeles, right? Yeah, it kind of does. Like I said, amazing. No, I keep doing that. I apologize. Except for the fact that you have obvious GTA adverts. Sometimes the games can get so realistic you forget that you're looking at a video game. But then we get to a lovely image of New Austin. Looks great, doesn't it? Looks wonderful. Except for one problem, Rockstar. It's not New Austin, it's Mexico. I don't don't know if he did this on purpose, or is it that Rockstar didn't realize it till after the fact that this was not New Austin, because if you go up to the top, I think they edited it. Let's see, where was it? Okay. Photos taken from across Los Santos, New Austin, and beyond. So a lot of people pointed this out. And I could tell almost right away, because you have the palm trees of Mexico over there from like, even though Mexico's basically a skeleton right now in Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online, some of us have ventured outside the map, like myself, Void Amy, along with Austin BMX and Trippy Commentaries, a few others. So we kind of sort of know what Mexico, Nuevo Paraíso looks like on the Red Dead Redemption 2, Red Dead Online version. And yeah, it's clearly Mexico. They didn't even realize it. They thought it was New Austin. No, it was not New Austin, Rockstar. But still lovely photos, right? Still pretty lovely. Nice photos. So some lovely fan art. I do like fan art. Beautiful games. Both GTA 5 as well as Red Dead Redemption 2. And of course their online counterparts. I do look forward to seeing what they both look like on next gen or current gen, PS5, Xbox Series X. And that's the one thing that does intrigue me about the milked edition of GTA 5 is how it will look. Hopefully it'll look really good, and hopefully maybe some quality of life fixes and some improvements, some new features. We shall see. Let's see. Original says animal love community might sue. Well, you mean like PETA? Well, yeah, they complained about whaling and hunting sharks in Assassin's Creed Black Flag when that came out. It's a video game. These are pixelated animals. They're not real. They get so torn up over something that's not even real. Paradise. I do like snow. I have mentioned that in the past, but we, like in the South, we had like a snowstorm that lasted a week. And even though the snow was pretty, and I did enjoy walking out in it outside, some of the other effects I did not enjoy as much, like basically not being able to get out of my driveway until I chiseled my path down the driveway through the snow and the ice. And I didn't enjoy, low water pressure, the fear that my pipes were going to bust, and the rolling blackouts that affected a lot of people throughout Texas, parts of Louisiana, and the South. So, and of course, the fatalities, because people did die because of the snowstorm. Unfortunate, sad, and tragic. But anyways, it gave us a taste of what people up north experience on an annual basis when it comes to snow. So it humbled us in the South, because on rare occasions we get a little bit of snow, maybe like a day's worth of snow, which is nice. But we really got a nice demo for a week. The snow demo package arrived for like a week in the South, and I'm sure most people in the South didn't enjoy it so much. But I mean, there was part of me that kind of enjoyed being out in the snow, even whenever I was like chiseling and breaking through the snow and the ice, trying to clear a path down my driveway, which, by the way, on my Instagram, I did document that in photos from start to finish, Operation Driveway, a day-long affair. I took breaks in between, but it's a good thing I go to the gym 2 or 3 days a week. Good thing I work out and getting in shape. I don't think I could have done that if it wasn't for the fact that I actually go to the gym. So anyways, I think that's going to be it for the GB cast today. I didn't have any other subjects or topics to go over. Not much else going on. I do appreciate you all being here. It means a lot to have you all here today. We will be back to Red Dead Online this weekend. PS4 Saturday, Xbox on Sunday. And I'm hoping to continue the GB cast going forward. We're going to see how it goes. I'm going to try at least give it another week or two to see how it plays out. I hope you all are enjoying the GB cast on, for now, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 12 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. UK. We'll see what the future holds. At the end of the day, if it doesn't end up working out, at least we tried. So that's what matters. At least we tried. But I do appreciate everybody that were willing to give it a chance with me. But we'll see how it goes. So hopefully the next episode of the GB cast will be coming up on Monday, noon Central, US, 6 p.m. UK time on Monday. But till then, Red Dead Online streams this weekend, Saturday, PS4, Sunday, Xbox One. If you enjoyed the GBcast, be sure and leave a like. Fat Chinese Gaming, Brian, Liquid Steel, Sinister, thanks for the $5 super chat, and thanks for letting me know that Trade Route's now up. Well, I'll get right to Trade Route right away, Sinister. Thanks. But thank you for the super chat. Super chats, memberships, always greatly appreciated. Original, I'll read your Instagram in a little bit. Ben, thanks for being here, Ben, along with Original, Untouchable Raider, Paradise Gamer, along with Red the 8-Bit Dinosaur, Danushka, and Shani, Thanos, Smithers, King Flush, along with White Fang. Who else was here today? See, Luke was here, Randy was here, Paradise Gamer was here, Fat Chinese Gaming, Riley was here, Samari was here, One Love was here, Eldavo was here, Jake was here, Brian was here, Pixel Piggy was here, Chatney was here, Jake was here, Mr. McMillans was here, and let's see, Mario was here, Tankage Jr. was here, Luke was here, Dark MatterWolf was here, let's see, Arcade Gaming was here, let's see, Amit was here, Maddie was here. Who else was here today? I like to say goodbye to I try to say goodbye to as many people that were in chat as possible. But I do appreciate y'all being here. Hope y'all have a great weekend. And next episode of GBcast, hopefully going to be Monday, 12 Central, 6 p.m. UK. But this weekend, we're back in Red Dead Online. So hope y'all have a great weekend. And as always, from the bottom of my heart, from me to each and every one of you, my awesome viewers, subscribers, fans, along with our mods and our members, as always,